Hi, Sylvia here. Welcome to this channel. If you're a new subscriber, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Sometimes you might want to bring the content of two cells together or the first and last name of a person together, which is the example we are going to be showing here. We're going to show different ways to join cells together. The first one is going to be using a function, and the second one is using a symbol called the ampersand. In this data set, we have the first name of this student and we also have the last name of this student here. And we want to join the names together in such a way that we'll have the full name, which is going to comprise of the first and the last name. So to do this first using function, the function we're going to use for this is called concatenate. And to type this, just type equal to, then type concat. You'll notice that concat comes up here. It gives a definition saying that concat concatenates a list of range of text strings. If you also come down, you would see another function here which is spelled out concatenate, which says that it joins several text strings into one text string, and this basically does the same thing with the first one, concat. So we'll just double click on concat. Here the first argument is saying text one, and then you notice that the ellipsis here shows that you can take in more arguments. Our text one here is Greg, which is in B4. So we select B4. We would like to use the colon constant referencing here because we want it to go down. So using F4, we scroll up to the colon constant referencing. Then we'll put a comma. The next argument is text 2. So we'll select our text 2. And in this case, it's C4. And I would also want to use my colon constant referencing here. Using a bracket, you close the function and then click enter. But here you notice that it has merged Greg and Hassan together without a space. This is exactly what we've told it to do, and that is why it has done this. But we would like to put a space. So if you would like to put a space between the first and last name just to separate it, click on F2. This is going to bring up the formula again, and then we'll just come in between the two texts that we had selected. Using our parentheses, we're going to open a parenthesis and then click on space. Then we'll close the parenthesis and then click a comma. So with this, we have introduced a space in between these two texts. This is going to also introduce that space between the two words that we've concatenated. Then you click on enter. You notice here that it has added one space bar between the first name and the last name. So bringing your cursor to the bottom left of the cell and double clicking, you'll be able to fill up the content of the remaining cells. Now going to the second way we can do this, we can use the ampersand. This is the ampersand symbol, also used to concatenate cells. So to use the ampersand, just type equal to, then here you'd select the cells that you want to concatenate. And the first one is cell B4. And then we introduce the ampersand. And then now we select the next cell that we want to concatenate and then click on enter. And then just like the first one, it has brought the first and last name together without the space, but we also want to introduce the space here. So to do this, go into the formula again and then introduce your parentheses, add a space and close the parenthesis. Now you also need to introduce the ampersand. Just see the ampersand as a binder. It's saying that you should bring the content of B4 and then a space and then also bring the content of C4. So this ampersand here is just serving as binders to bind these three together. So you click on enter and here we have this. Also here you can copy down to fill up the remaining spaces by highlighting those spaces and using Ctrl D, you copy down and Voila, you've been able to fill up the remaining spaces here. Thank you, and please subscribe for more.